Hey guys, it's Samurai. Good news. I, starting January 1st, am getting my insurance. So, I won't have to deal with these. I can finally get contacts. Because I hate doing videos and, seeing the reflection in the glasses. It drives me insane. Hold on a second. Sorry, my best friend is texting me from her computer because she has no phone right now. But so basically, because I tend to express myself better when I write stuff down, I wrote my story and everything down, and it's pretty long, so I figure it'll be easier for me to just say it, read it. But I'll be looking at my phone because that's what I have it on right now. It was on my Tumblr, which is Samurai Nikolai. But yeah, alright. Transgender. I didn't even know what that word meant a few years ago. I always wondered what LGBT stood for. I mean, I know lesbian, gay, bi, but what does the T stand for? I was really just being introduced to the lesbian lifestyle. I was just figuring out the ropes. When I entered high school, I started discovering who I was. It was hard, a constant battle with myself. I've always felt a little different. The beginning of freshman year, I realized my first girl crush. Looking back now, I've had more than just her, but she was the first one. I sat back and said, wow, I can't deny how I look at her. I never even talked to this girl. She was just some random girl in the hallway I saw every day that I just couldn't keep my eye off of. I learned her name and everything. I honestly hate that I felt this way. So badly, in fact, that I would brag to my family about boys. Make my guy friends out to be more than they really were. I thought, if I act like I like guys, maybe they won't know. Maybe I can convince myself that I actually do like them. Maybe this whole girl thing is just a phase. That is until it wasn't just her that was catching my attention. I met this girl Allie on MySpace. If it weren't for that girl, I probably wouldn't even be alive to tell this story. She was the very first person I came out to. I didn't even know I was coming out to her. I was just confiding my feelings in some random stranger. I needed help. Some outsider's opinion. Luckily for me, she stuck around. She was there for me at any time, in any situation. She was my hero. She was my best friend. She helped me to feel so much better about myself as a person. She gave me confidence. Confidence I needed to finally tell my family. I came out to my sister-in-law, Marina. She honestly was a great first step. I knew she'd help me figure out and help me later tell everyone else. About a year ago, later, I came out to the rest of my family. It took a while for them to realize it wasn't a phase. By now they all know that I do, in fact, like women. I labeled myself as lesbian, and I became pretty comfortable with that label. Then I met Jessie. Through the family. Jessie was a lesbian as well, very butch. We got along well. She was like my sister. Through that, I gained the I don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about me kind of attitude. I'm gay, and if you don't like it, I don't care. She was my mentor in a way, my role model. During our friendship, I got my first girlfriend. I got to discover myself more. I realized that I was comfortable with a girl. I felt like the man in the relationship, yet I felt somehow uncomfortable. Jessie and I, being as close as we were, did everything together. I wanted my hair cut shorter, so she did it for me. Of course, after giving me white walls. I had to wear a bandana or a hat until it finally grew in, and then I just shaved it so it was all even. But yeah. It was an epic fail, but a fun time. After all my hair was gone, a friend of mine asked if I was trans. I hadn't put a whole lot of thought into it because I didn't fully understand it yet. I told Jessie, and immediately her response was, "You're not trans." In my head I thought, who is she to tell me who I am? She doesn't know what goes through my mind on a daily basis. She doesn't know how I feel about myself. Yes, we're close, but she doesn't know my deepest thoughts. I was offended and I didn't know why. After 2 or 3 years, we had a falling out, a giant fight over her girlfriend, and she left. Just like that, the person I was closest to left. I had to be myself. I had to figure out what everything meant on my own. I had to grow up on my own, and I was scared. I met another ex of mine, made some dumb decisions regarding her, decisions that led to a broken heart in the end. I let my heart be invested in someone who surely didn't deserve it. I had told a previous ex that I was starting to have weird feelings regarding my gender. What happened with her is a whole other story. But this girl, she made me feel good. She had dated someone like me before, so I thought it would be okay. She would be alright with me. Now, I won't go into detail about everything that happened with her, but basically, in the end, she ended up throwing my gender issues in my face. And after just recently telling my mom and seeing her cry, I just put my feelings on the back burner. I became seriously depressed. I hated my body. I hated who I was, but I didn't feel like I could tell anyone. I didn't feel like I could ever tell anyone again. The only thing that kept me holding on was my long-distance best friend, Ash. She is my rock. She has been there through my best and my worst, and has stayed around the whole time. She never has thought of me differently through everything I've told her. In fact, it's made us even closer. In silence and only in the confidence of Ash did I speak about how I felt about myself. I told her how I hate my chest, how I light up when people call me by male pronouns, and also how my happiness fades whenever someone corrects them. She helped me understand these feelings. I started adding a bunch of FTMs on Facebook, started watching YouTube videos, Googling like a madman, taking it all in. I developed a type of bond watching the Jetheads on YouTube with Kay. I eventually settled with the label androgyne, thinking that would satisfy more people. I didn't talk about it though. I only addressed my gender if someone asked or if I had to. I sat back and thought about life, realizing little signs I never thought meant anything. Things like how I always had a crush on my one friend from kindergarten, my very first girl crush, how I would rather race bikes, play in dirt, and throw football over tea parties, dolls, and pink. I was an active child. I always begged to be on the football team, wanted to play baseball and hockey. I had mainly guy friends. I had short hair as a little kid, and then I cut it off in 6th grade and have had short hair since. I always hated my chest. Ever since I started developing, I always wanted to cut them off. Girls my age were normally looking at guys and developing crushes. I was looking at guys and becoming jealous because I couldn't look like that. Why was I born like that? How is this fair at all? I just never realized it all before. Why didn't I never put that together? I'd be lying if I told you I never thought it would be easier just to take my own life than deal with all of this self-hatred. But my love for my family kept me around. I pretty much live off depression pills now. Without them, I have the worst depression ever. Even if I don't take them one day. I hate living like that. Well, you guys should know I have a girlfriend, Jordan. I told her how I feel. She's supportive but unsure, which I totally understand. I didn't become comfortable with this overnight. It took a long time. I just hope she loves me enough to stick around. I know that it won't be easy. I know that going from the label lesbian to dating me will be a transition, but I love her more than anyone else could ever love her. It's a transition for me changing labels. Right now, I'm just me. I'm an androgynous male, but beyond that, nothing more. I'm me. I hope one day my self-hatred and unhappiness will fade. I hope one day to get chest surgery and go on T. Maybe then I won't be upset and feel less of a man when I look down. That is my story. There's a lot more, but you know, I felt like that was good. That was a good start. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that gets you to understand me and how my mind works and everything, and leave comments, messages, any questions you have. Thank you for listening.